care about the floor. I was like, oh, my top. Little free country. Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you are well. I just kind of slipped going down my stairs, like very slightly, but you know how when you fall and everything seems to go into slow motion? Well, I was holding a cup of tea and I slipped and I was like catching myself, but it was the slowest movement I think I've ever done, and the tea was just going everywhere, all over the floors that I just washed and all over my silk top. Anyway, I feel like I have to spill something at least once a weekend since I've been vlogging. Like, what's that all about? I'm gonna let this air dry. I just shoved it under the tap and it doesn't seem to be stained, which is really good. So that's all I was concerned about. I didn't even care about the floor. I was like, oh, my top. Okay, well, what a thrilling way to get the adrenaline going. But like, you know, if I wouldn't have to do that to get pumped up, that'd be great. So today is an exciting day. So the first thing on the list is in 10 minutes, I'm going to run down to Water Street downtown, and I'm going to pick up some antique furniture that I purchased online through this local business. The guy's a local curator and everything's going to happen via social distancing regulations. So I'm e-transferring him the funds, and then he's going to have the things outside for me to pick up, and I'm going to have all of my things to wipe down this furniture with. So we'll never have to actually interact, but I'm really excited that I can get these pieces because I saw them online. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to get them. And also helping out a local business in turn. So another thing I'm going to do today is drop off a peach cobbler to my parents. As you can see, for my breakfast this morning, I had some peach cobbler with yogurt and a cup of tea, and it was absolutely amazing. And I want to make some for my mom and dad and drop it off outside of their place. And finally, on Instagram, I saw that there is a local soap factory or a little soap business in Mount Pearl that has a free pantry outside of their business. So it's a little box and you just put in non-perishable food items or goods like tampons or toothpaste or toothbrushes or whatever. And anyone who needs it can come along at any time and pick up what they need. So especially during a time like this when people can be, you know, it can be very difficult on families, there's a place where they can just go and grab some free food. I never ever go outside. I've gone out twice, and that was to get groceries in the past 5 weeks. So yay, it's to time number 3. I can't wait, my arm is so wet. We have the chairs and the table, which is upside down, and the mugs. I can't wait to show you what I picked up. Oh my goodness. What an exciting day. I just got back to the house and I just cleaned up the chairs and the table, which I'll show you in a minute. I have them in the kitchen right now. They're not staying here. I just need to find the perfect position for them. Although I really do love the idea of being able to sit next to the window with a cup of tea. It's just not gonna work in this room though, but I'm so happy to have these pieces because I'm going to have them for a very long time, and they're very old. I'm buzzing. Anyway, it was so exciting because friends of mine, Eldon and Mark, dropped off cookies for me. This says, hope you enjoy this little treat from down the street. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that. I think I just missed the delivery because when I pulled up, there was someone parked in front of my driveway and they just pulled away as I was hauling it. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna text them right now and say thank you. Thank you so much for the treats. What a nice surprise. Okay, I can't wait to take a look at this because I actually don't know what I have. I messaged this antique dealer and I said, hey, do you have any spoke blue Italian china or blue willow, or, and he said, I don't, but I do have these. I'm so excited. Yes! Oh, beautiful. Oh my goodness, I think my grandmother has these. These are exactly what my grandmother had. This one is Churchill. The great thing about blue and white is that it goes with everything. My grandmother in Fairviews had these mugs, and they make the best cups of tea. Okay, so I'm gonna wash these, but first let me show you the chairs that I picked up because I'm very excited about them. I don't know where I'm gonna put them. Oh, they're so beautiful. But what I love about the reupholstery on these is that it's neutral, and I think it's so awesome. But if I want to change it later and make it like a clean cream color, which is what I'll probably eventually do, I can do that. My grandmother actually has a chair like these that's over 100 years old from her mother. So yeah, just thinking about the history behind these ones, like, I don't know, pretty cool. I've already washed these. I had them out on the deck and I gave them a good clean. So here are the chairs in their new home, in their very empty space. But with the ceilings and then getting a nice cream couch in here, it's gonna look beautiful. Okay, now to wash some dishes. I'm so happy with this blue and white china. Oh my goodness. They're so beautiful and they're just like I remember growing up. I love them so much. How many of you guys remember having these kind of mugs in your grandparents' house? All washed and ready to go up in the cupboard. So I have my cup of tea in my new teacup. I'm going to make some peach crumble. This is a totally eyeballed recipe. I kind of made it up myself just from basic knowledge of crumbles, and it's using canned peaches because in Newfoundland, it's actually very difficult to find some good produce lately, and a lot of people have canned fruits and canned things on hand, so I thought this would be a great recipe for everyone. These are not my favorite ones that I bought. I usually like the Dole ones, but they didn't have any. Totally eyeballing this. I'm going to take some oats. I would say a little tiny bit more, just so it's nice and oaty. And then I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of flour. This makes a really crispy crumble, by the way, guys. The proportions I use. So 2 heaping teaspoons of flour. And then I'm just going to pile in some brown sugar. And this is what makes it really caramelized and crispy and tasty in the oven. I'm gonna put in 5 heaping teaspoons of this. To make this a little bit healthy, because it's not healthy at all, I'm just going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of ground flaxseed. Then I'm going to load this up with cinnamon, because cinnamon is the best. It's what makes it taste so good. And while I have my cinnamon open, I'm also going to put some cinnamon on my peaches. These are pretty sweet because they were in syrup, but if you can get ones in water, you can sweeten them yourself so they're not super sweet. Now, I'm just going to mix this together very lightly. And then we're going to add the butter or margarine, whatever you have. I might have to add more sugar, we'll see. I'll show you what kind of consistency you're looking for in a minute. A nice bit of butter or margarine. I'm gonna start with like 2, I'm gonna say those are 2 rounded tablespoons. And then we're going to take a fork and we're just going to combine this until it comes into a crumble. This is going, woo! So that did not go as planned. I was almost done making the crumble, as you guys saw, and my parents knocked on the door. I didn't expect them to show up at all. I expected to drop it off to them. So that was really nice, but then I had to rush to get it together. So as you saw, it was crumbly. I took a little funnel and I put the crumble at the bottom of the jar and then the peaches with cinnamon on top. So when she gets home, she can dump it over in a pan and then put it in the oven for 20 minutes on 350 degrees. So she's gonna make that tonight. She's gonna let me know how it goes. I'm gonna tell her to put some yogurt on it because it's much better with yogurt. And yeah, if you're going to make this at home, you don't need to put it in a jar and tip it up. You can just put the peaches on the bottom, grease your pan, put peaches on the bottom, then the crumble on top, in the oven for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. I haven't gotten fit to finish a single cup of tea today. They dropped off cookies. I have so many cookies now. They dropped off these cookies for me. They're my favorite my mom makes. They're called Arrow Bars. Oh my god, there's so many. They look like this. So they have melted Aero bar on the top, and the bottom is a coconut graham cracker kind of dough. Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna make another cup of tea, I guess. My hair is so windswept from earlier. Oh well. It is a little bit later now. I just did some work on my bed, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to go out now. I'm going to drive out to the Ghouls to see my parents' house and to see if the kittens are around. If you guys followed me on Instagram, you might know that we had 2 little cats, and one of the cats had kittens. They are now off in a good home. But there are 2 cats that were hanging around. My dad has still been feeding them. So I'm gonna go out and check on the house and see what kind of progress is going on. And then I think I'm going to order supper, if they're open and if they still are taking orders, for a local restaurant. So today's all about shopping local and spreading the love, I think. Lots of love going around and lots of cookies today, which I'm not complaining about. Well, it's been a long time since I've been home. There's still a lot of snow out here. Wow, this is the Ghouls. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to see if the cats are out back. Oh, it's a little windy. No cats, but their food is here. So cute. What's it like inside? Oh, wow. That's a mess. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to see it. But, ooh, I love it out here so much. It's so close to nature, and there's a river right behind these trees. It's so beautiful. The drone clip that you would have seen is actually from all the snow that we got in Newfoundland in February, I think it was. You guys might have seen it on the news, the amount of snow we got. Some places got 90 centimeters in just a couple of days. It was nuts. But yeah, we called it Snowmageddon. Here's the remnants of it. You can see like the layers in the snow of where it had fallen and then we had shoveled away, but it's all compacted now. Yeah, it was wild. But yeah, that was drone footage that my dad took right after the storm, so it's pretty cool. I really love it out here. It smells so good. So I think I'm gonna take a little walk around. It's the perfect place to social distance because there's not a lot of people around. There's no one around and there's very few houses. After this, I'm gonna pop up to Commonwealth Avenue and drop off a few non-perishables that I found in my cupboard. This is so adorable. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we unlock it. I have my hand sanitizer with me, so I'll wash my hands right after. Oh, bottom one. Wow. Little free pantry. So this is the St. John's Soapworks. It's right in front of that. What a fantastic initiative. Thank you, St. John's Soapwork. You're amazing. And also thank you for having a pride flag in your window. That's really awesome. Liquid gold. I'm running out. And then I'll make sure to wash my hands really well as well at home. I just got in through the door, and one thing I am very happy I did before I left was turn on some fairy lights in my window. I put these here a couple of days ago, and in the evenings they make me so happy. There has to be a better way for how I have them strung up, but let me show you. Look how cute they are. They're these little copper diamonds. They're all on their heads right now because that's the only way they'd stay on the ledge, but maybe I should get some tape and tape them down. It looks a lot brighter on the camera than what it actually is, so yeah, it's feeling very cozy in here right now. I am actually going to make my supper. I think I'm coming up too close on the deadline to take orders around town. I don't want to stress anyone out and order anything in the last like 20 minutes of service. So with that, I'm gonna go before the sun sets and it gets too dark in here. But I want to thank all of you who went over my Instagram and suggested places to shop locally and to shop safely during this time. So thank you so much for that. It's really important that we're here for one another during this, and I could really see the like kindness just spreading today. It was karma at its finest. I hope you're all doing well. I think of you every single day, and I hope your families are well as well. we'll all get through this together, and I hope this video will bring a little bit of uplifting to your day, or even just a little bit of positivity. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!